It's time for Huntingdon Bearcat basketball. Presented tonight by Huntingdon Moose Family Center 223, the heart of the community. And by Penn Highlands Community College, an affordable education close to home. Tonight's Bearcat basketball game is also brought to you by All-American Pizza and Subs, Mel's Concrete LLC, Brenneman's Meat Markets, and by Simone Family Chiropractic and Weight Loss in downtown Huntingdon. And now, with all the action of tonight's Bearcat basketball game, here's the voice of Bearcat basketball, Dave Shannon, on the AirNetwork.net.
Huntingdon High School getting ready for tonight's playoff action between the Johnstown Trojans and the Huntingdon Bearcats. Trojans with a big win on Tuesday. You know, and this just goes to show regular season versus postseason, how that all plays out, because they played a team, Johnstown did on Tuesday, the Somerset Golden Eagles, and Somerset had defeated them 2 times in the regular season, and Johnstown turned things around on Tuesday night and walked away with a 69-46 victory. So that just goes to show how much things can change from the regular season to the postseason. Certainly the young men of Johnstown were up for the challenge. They scored 31 consecutive points in the opening half of that particular game, and eventually that just led to a lead that Somerset wasn't going to be able to get back. Jamal Goss led the team with 15 points, the Johnstown Trojans, and of course he will be a starter here tonight. We're going to talk to Nick Payne, head coach of the Huntingdon Bearcats, and we'll do that after this timeout. By the way, I want to thank Austin Smith Plumbing and Heating for being on board for Bearcat Sports on the AirNetwork.net. We'll be back with the coach.
The Huntingdon Moose Family Center 223 is the heart of the community. Becoming a member of the Huntingdon Moose enables you to join friends who have served their community for over 100 years. Join us this Saturday night for Country Music on the Rocks with 100 Proof from 8 to 11 p.m. Then join us Sunday as we kick off the NASCAR season with our Daytona 500 party beginning at 1:30. The Huntingdon Moose Family Center 223, serving the community with the best value in town.
It's a brand new year, so start it off right by shedding those pounds and living a healthy lifestyle. Call Dr. Michael Simone at Simone Family Chiropractic and Weight Loss at 613 Washington Street, downtown Huntingdon, for a proven safe way to shed those extra pounds. Dr. Simone utilizes the doctor-supervised Chiro Thin weight loss program that helps you lose significant weight without exercise, expensive prepackaged foods, or diet shakes. It's real food with real results. Try the Chiro Thin plan on your way to a healthier you by calling Dr. Simone for a free consultation. Call 643-2616 for a happier you.
Grab the Big Kahuna, the 24 square cut pizza with your choice of one topping for only $19.99. Now at All American Pizza and Subs at 612 Washington Street, downtown Huntingdon. All American Pizza and Subs has delivery, and they're the home of great pizza, subs, salad, wings, and more for lunch, dinner, or a late night snack. Call All American Pizza and Subs right now at 643-0222. Closed Mondays. All American Pizza and Subs. Like us on Facebook.
Brenneman's Meat Markets are celebrating nearly 70 years in providing Huntingdon County with quality USDA-approved processed pork, chicken, and beef products. Brenneman's has 2 locations in the county where the tradition of the finest meats are found in the region. Stop by Brenneman's Huntingdon weekdays from 8 to 6, Saturdays 8 to 3. Mount Union, open 9 to 5 weekdays and 9 to 2 on Saturdays. Choose specials of $10 to $50 meat packs containing your favorite meats. Or stop by and ask about our select custom cuts, prepared and packaged while you wait. Brenneman's Meat Markets in Huntingdon and Mount Union. Call our office at 814-643-2751 for specials and more information.
Once again, it's postseason basketball on the AirNetwork.net. Tonight, the Huntingdon Boys will be hosting the Trojans of Johnstown as they come to town to take on the Bearcats. And Coach Payne, here you are in the postseason. Pretty successful season for you this year. Give us a recap of your thoughts on how the boys did this year.
Well, coming into the season, we weren't exactly sure where we'd, end up. I knew we had a pretty talented young team, very, inexperienced for the most part. And, we were all quite surprised at where we ended up with a pretty solid record and, finishing number 2 in the 4A seedings, which is a great accomplishment. But, just looking back on it, it started this past spring, having success in leagues, and we played up at Phillipsburg, and we played in Altoona this year in the summer, and the success started to happen for us. And these kids have been working very hard since day one, and everything that they've accomplished this year, they've earned and they deserve.
How much of a difference does it make? You get the home game here in this particular round, the semifinals. How much does that home court advantage mean to your team?
Oh, it means a whole lot. I mean, first of all, we're not traveling an hour and a half plus, so we're avoiding the bus ride. There was a buzz around school today. A lot of students talking about coming to the game and, supporting their team, their classmates. So it's definitely an advantage. And, hopefully, the shots will go in a little bit easier here on our floor than maybe somewhere else.
Have you had much time to scout Johnstown? You didn't know you were playing them until they played on Tuesday night when they took on Somerset and got a victory. But what do you know about Johnstown and what you've been able to look at on them?
Well, one thing I'm a little bit nervous about is, some teams were playing last week. They had their last regular season game on Wednesday. We've been almost off a week and a half now, so that makes me a little bit nervous. Coming into the game because we haven't had that game tempo, that game experience here in the last week and a half, even though we've tried to simulate that, throughout practice. Now, Johnstown, I've for probably the last week and a half, 2 weeks, I've been scouting Johnstown. I'm pretty familiar with what they do, their sets, what they run. So it's just a matter of us going out there and executing offensively and defensively. They're a very, very athletic team. We're going to probably be outsized in every position. So we have to do the little things correctly in order to win this game.
We had talked prior to actually beginning our recording about what turnovers can mean in a game and how it can turn a game around. Saw that last night with the Lady Cats down in Bedford. How do you make sure you keep a lid on the emotions and keep the amount of turnovers down in this kind of game?
Well, I watched it. I witnessed it Tuesday night when I was scouting Johnstown Somerset. Somerset just came out and turned the ball over possession after possession, and that led to a huge, basically insurmountable lead for Johnstown that Somerset wouldn't make up. I know the kids are going to be nervous. Everyone's going to be nervous out there. We just got to try to keep it in check. If we need to use timeouts early, use those timeouts. And once they start getting into the flow of the game, those nerves will go. But we got to take care of the ball. Watch. Johnstown likes the pressure a lot. They run a full court zone press. So we have to be patient and, just be careful of our passes, make sure we're not floating the ball, and, just being patient.
Any injuries that may be nagging the team, or are you pretty well healed up and ready to go?
No, knock on wood, we've been healthy all season long. So, and we're healthy now. So, hopefully we have our legs underneath us. We kind of beat them down last week a little bit. Got some running in more so than we have in the last few weeks. Last few days of practice has been kind of light. Just practice getting some shots up. So yeah, we're healthy, and hopefully these guys are ready for this matchup, this battle.
All right. Well, the idea is to get to Mount Aloysius on Saturday and play for that championship, and we wish you the best tonight. Hopefully we see you Saturday.
Absolutely. I keep pointing to the banner with our players. It's been since 2002 that we've won a district title, and we had a chance a few years ago to bring it back, and we lost a tough one against Somerset, and we gotta get by this game here, and we know the teams that we're playing against if we win tonight, and we know we've had success against them. So it's a very important matchup. We got to take it one game at a time, though.
All right, the semifinal game between the Huntingdon Bearcats and the Greater Johnstown Area Trojans is coming up next, the Quad A semifinal, right here on the airnetwork.net.
Call Austin Smith Heating and Plumbing for affordable heating, plumbing, and drain cleaning services in Huntingdon. Count on 12 years of ensured excellent service when it comes to heating, plumbing, ventilation, and drain cleaning. Call Austin Smith Heating and Plumbing, available evenings and weekends at an affordable rate. Call 814-506-5128. That's 506-5128 for Austin Smith Heating and Plumbing in Huntingdon.
Pennsylvania Highlands Community College provides you the option to earn an associate degree, diploma, or certificate at an affordable cost. The Penn Highlands Huntingdon Center, located on Margie Drive in Huntingdon, offers degree programs in business management, criminal justice, liberal arts and sciences, and psychology. Are you ready to take the next step on your career path? Contact Penn Highlands Huntingdon at 814-643-6200 or visit Penn Highlands Community College online at pennhighlands.edu.
And welcome back to Huntingdon High School for tonight's coverage of the Huntingdon Bearcats taking on the Johnstown Trojans. I'm Dave Shannon. Happy you're there listening to us on the airnetwork.net, also on Community Radio 94.1 in the Huntingdon area. Let's meet the starting lineups for tonight's game for Johnstown. Starting at guard, a 6'2" junior, number 2, Elijah Fields. Also at guard, a 6'3" sophomore wearing number 4, Keon Goss. Starting at forward, a 6'1" junior wearing number 12, Darian Perkins. Also starting at guard, the old 3-guard look for Johnstown. A senior at 5'10", wearing number 22, Tavis Price. And rounding out the Trojans starters for tonight, a 6'5" senior wearing number 34, Jamal Goss. He is an imposing young man, just watching him in the warm-ups here prior to the start of tonight's game. Right now, the Huntingdon Bearcats are being introduced, and here's who's starting tonight. Starting at guard, 5'7" junior, number 0, Jayton Smith. Also starting at guard, 5'7" junior, number 2, Jonathan Price. Starting at forward, a 6'2" senior, number 13, Matt Sellers. Starting at forward, a 6'1" sophomore, number 25, Owen Lane. And at guard, the 6'2" sophomore wearing number 35, Nick Rigby. Those are your starters for tonight's game. The Huntingdon Bearcats dressed in their home whites. The dark blue numbers trimmed in red on the white uniform and a red gradient stripe down the side of the shorts. The Johnstown Trojans dressed in their blue with black numbers trimmed in white, and Greater Johnstown in white trimmed in black. As the teams make their way out to the midcourt area to jump to start tonight's game, the Huntingdon Bearcats, you heard Coach Nick Payne saying that he was actually very impressed with the way the boys team turned out this year. Is talking about the fact that hard work pays off, and it certainly has, as we sit here one game away from potentially playing for the District 6 championship. Nick Rigby will jump for the Bearcats, and it's Keon Goss, and the toss is won by Johnstown. Elijah Fields in the backcourt pass to Keon Goss here in the right wing, right in front of us. Fields with the ball back over to Goss. They go into the middle of the key. Darian Perkins puts up a layup. It won't go. Rebound by Jamal Goss. And it is tapped off of Jamal Goss, and it goes out of bounds. Goss does not agree, and I don't think most of the Trojans fans that are here do, but it's Bearcats basketball and some backcourt pressure right off the bat by the Trojans. Jayton Smith gets the ball over the midcourt stripe and a pass to Jonathan Price. Price goes down into the corner, passes to Owen Lane, who gives it up, and Nick Rigby drives the lane, goes for the layup, and it goes out of bounds off of Johnstown. No foul on the play. And Coach Payne getting a bit of an admonishment from the referees for tonight's game. 7:22 left to go in the first quarter, no score in the game. Jonathan Price with the basketball in the right wing. Moves around out between the circles, steps toward the backcourt line, and now starts down again on the right side. Hands the ball to Jayton Smith. Smith goes to Nick Rigby down the lane. Layup is up and in. And the Bearcats have taken a 2-0 lead. Trojans with the basketball, moving from left to right here in the first quarter. Tavis Price with the basketball, passed into the corner, and the ball comes back out to Price between the circles in the Johnstown end. Price looking back toward Coach Rich Price, gets his instructions, hands the ball to Elijah Fields. Fields then to Keon Goss. Back to Fields, starts down toward the lane, lost control of the ball, but getting it back, Darian Berkins. Now driving down the lane with a pass was Keon Goss. Knocked over one of the Bearcats, and Keon Goss is called for the foul. That's his first and team's first. 6:29 left to go in the first quarter, and a 2-0 Bearcats lead. Jayton Smith passes to Jonathan Price quickly up the floor, down in the baseline. Pass goes over, and a three-point attempt from the right wing by Jayton Smith will not go. Rebound is eventually gathered in Jonathan Price. Price between the circles, starts down the right side of the lane, kicks it over. Nick Rigby stops at the foul line, puts it up, won't go, and the rebound's pulled in by Tavis Price of Johnstown. Quickly ahead, pass inside on the baseline, layup won't go for Darian Berkins, and eventually the ball is turned over to the Bearcats. Jonathan Price has the basketball for Huntingdon. Kicks it over to Rigby. Rigby starts down. A bit of a trap down there, but gets out of it. Passes it back to Matt Sellers. And then over once again to Jonathan Price. Jayton Smith hands it off. Here's Sellers with a three-point attempt. It's off toward the right. Rebound, though, to the Bearcats. Pulling it in eventually, Owen Lane. Lane gets the ball to Jayton Smith. Top of the key, passes over to Jonathan Price. Price goes to Owen Lane. Lane starts down the lane and draws the foul. And a foul called on Jamal Goss. That's his first and team's second. At the line, it's Owen Lane to shoot two. 2-0 Bearcats lead. First shot well off. Short and wide rights from Owen Lane. A little bit of nerves there, I'm sure. 5:19 left here in the first quarter and a 2-0 Bearcats lead. Owen Lane trying to make it a 3-0 lead. That one rims out, and the rebound is pulled in by Johnstown. Darian Berkins with the rebound. Quickly up the floor, Elijah Fields passes over. Keon Goss tries a three from the right wing in front of me, won't go. And then the rebound's put back up by Berkins. It won't go. And Huntingdon gets the board. Quickly ahead down in the corner, Jonathan Price goes back out to Jayton Smith. Smith over to Nick Rigby. They try to work it down on the baseline to Owen Lane. The ball is loose, and it's picked up by Johnstown. Darian Berkins hands it off, and quickly up the floor, Tavis Price. Price dribbles out around the midcourt circle and hands it off, moves over to the right side. Elijah Fields controls it now, hands it to Keon Goss. Goss stops at the foul line, kicks it back out. Tavis Price starts down the left side of the lane, tries a layup, it won't go, but he does draw a foul. And a foul called on Owen Lane. That's his first and team's first. 4:32 left to go in the first quarter and a 2-0 Bearcats lead. Tavis Price at the line for the Trojans. His first shot is off the front of the rim, back of the rim, and down through the cylinder, and it makes it 2-1. Into the game for Johnstown, Trayvon Williams. Price's next shot comes off the back of the rim, rebounds pulled in. Jonathan Price quickly up the floor, stops then at the left wing and starts to organize a play. Kicks it into the corner. Matt Sellers goes back to Jonathan Price. Price out near the midcourt circle, dribbles over right side. Matt Sellers with the ball on the right wing, starts down the lane, kicks it back out for Nick Rigby. Rigby stops. Passes it toward Owen Lane, almost stolen, but Owen's able to get a hold of the basketball. Jayton Smith now dribbles between the circles. 4 minutes left to go in a 2-1 Huntingdon lead. Owen Lane with the ball. Over in the right side, tries to get it down in the right baseline. Near the basket to Nick Rigby, but it goes out of bounds off of Johnstown. Into the game for the Trojans, Messiah Tinsley replacing Elijah Fields. Lane inbounding underneath his own basket, gets it out to Jayton Smith. Smith tries a three from the right side, won't go. Rebound fought for, eventually coming up with it is Matt Sellers. Sellers lays it up and in, and Bearcats lead this one by a score of 4-1. Johnstown with the basketball. With the ball, Trayvon Williams kicks it over. Tavis Price with a three from the left wing. And that makes it a 4-all tie. Now some pressure from the Trojans. Turnover. Here's Tavis Price to the hole. Kisses it off the glass and in after the steal. 6-4 in favor of Johnstown. Here come the Bearcats. Jonathan Price all the way to the hole, off the glass and good. Tied at 6 with 3 minutes left to go in the first quarter here at Huntingdon High School. Bearcats basketball in the air, network.net. Tavis Price with another deep three from the left wing, and he makes that one, and it makes it a 9-6 Johnstown lead. Jonathan Price kicks it ahead for the Bearcats. Wide open down on the baseline on the right side. Nick Rigby banks it off the boards and in. 9-8, Johnstown with the lead. 2.5 left to go in the first quarter. Keon Goss with the basketball. Shot is blocked, and coming up with it, Jonathan Price. Price, top of the key, kicks it over. Matt Sellers tries a three from the left wing, won't go. Jamal Goss with the rebound, and here come the Trojans, and a pass goes out of bounds, and waiting to see if it went off of one of the Bearcats or if it just went out of bounds and was never touched, and it's rolled Bearcats ball. Substitution for the Trojans as Jarrell Simon comes into the game for the Bearcats. It's Will Selesky into the game for Owen Lane. Bearcats to inbound on the far side. And inbounding is Matt Sellers. Sellers into Jayton Smith, then ahead to Jonathan Price, and they beat the press down the floor. Double team, though, on Matt Sellers. Sellers tries to get it to Nick Rigby, and the pass is picked off by Johnstown, and a travel is coming down the floor. Messiah Tinsley just never had control of the basketball, and he's called for the travel. Out of the game comes the big guy, Jamal Goss, and back into the game is Darian Berkins. Inbounding right in front of me is Matt Sellers. And he inbounds it to Jayton Smith. Smith comes up, gets over the midcourt stripe. Was going to hand it to Rigby, didn't, and then had to. Otherwise, he was going to travel. Here's a steal. Trayvon Williams with the steal, drives, misses the layup, tries again and misses, and finally converts. After getting another rebound, he kisses it off the glass from the left side, and that makes it an 11-8 Johnstown lead. Minute and a half left to go in the first quarter, and Huntingdon having a problem there getting it over the midcourt stripe. Eventually they do. Then Nick Rigby falls, tries to get the ball ahead, and rolls it out there in a scrap for the ball on the floor. And a foul called on Jayton Smith. He picks up his first, and that is team second. Into the game for the Bearcats, Nick Gerhardt. And out of the game, Will Selesky. You have Smith, Price, Gerhardt, Rigby, and Sellers on the floor right now for the Bearcats. Tavis Price from the top of the key for three, and it won't go, and there was a whistle pretty quickly, and it ends up being against the Trojans. Foul called on Darian Berkins. That's his first and team third. Minute 12 left to go. A 3-point Johnstown lead, 11-8. Here in the first quarter of this semifinal game. Championship game coming up for District 6 Quad A boys on Saturday at Mount Aloysius College. Bearcats get the ball over the midcourt stripe. Price kicks it in the corner. And it's Nick Rigby down the line, tries the layup, and it's short. With a rebound, it's Johnstown. Trojans quickly back to their end, and a three-point attempt from the left side by Trayvon Williams goes, and it's 14-8 in favor of Johnstown. Williams now with 5 in the first quarter. Bearcats get it over the midcourt stripe. Matt Sellers takes a deep three from the left side. It doesn't go in the rebound. It's pulled in by Trayvon Williams. Fast break back the other way. Pass to Tavis Price. Price lays it up and in, and it makes it 16-8. Johnstown has doubled up the Bearcats here with 20 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Matt Sellers kicks it over. Nick Rigby down the left baseline, puts it up, doesn't go. They tip it back out. Jayton Smith gets it to Jonathan Price, who goes down the lane, lays it up and in. 16-10. 4 seconds left to go. Johnstown may get a shot off. They do, and it goes. Tavis Price at the buzzer for a three makes it 19-10. That's your score at the end of the first quarter. We'll be back with more from Huntingdon High School after this on the airnetwork.net.
The Huntingdon Moose Family Center 223 is the heart of the community. Becoming a member of the Huntingdon Moose enables you to join friends who have served their community for over 100 years. Join us this Saturday night for country music on the rocks with 100 Proof from 8 to 11 p.m. Then join us Sunday as we kick off the NASCAR season with our Daytona 500 party beginning at 1:30. The Huntingdon Moose Family Center 223, serving the community with the best value in town.
Brenneman's Meat Markets are celebrating nearly 70 years in providing Huntingdon County with quality USDA-approved processed pork, chicken, and beef products. Brenneman's has 2 locations in the county where the tradition of the finest meats are found in the region. Stop by Brenneman's Huntingdon weekdays from 8 to 6, Saturdays 8 to 3. Mount Union, open 9 to 5 weekdays and 9 to 2 on Saturdays. Choose specials of $10 to $50 meat packs containing your favorite meats. Or stop by and ask about our select custom cuts, prepared and packaged while you wait. Brenneman's Meat Markets in Huntingdon and Mount Union. Call our office at 814-643-2751 for specials and more information.
Quarter number 2 is underway. The Bearcats with the inbound on the possession arrow. Jayton Smith with the basketball over to Nick Rigby. Top of the key, Matt Sellers passes back over to Jayton Smith. Smith tries to go inside to Rigby, and the pass is tipped by Johnstown. Fast break back the other way. Darian Perkins looked like he might have traveled, but nothing called. It's 21-10 in favor of Johnstown. With the basketball, Matt Sellers passes over. Jayton Smith back to Sellers. It's over the midcourt stripe. A double team and now a steal by Johnstown. Trayvon Williams. Layup will not go. Matt Sellers with the rebound. Jayton Smith quickly up the floor. Gets it to Owen Lane. Lays it up and in. 21-12. Johnstown with the lead. Messiah Tinsley with the basketball for the Trojans out there at the midcourt circle. Now passes over left side, Jarrell Simon. Simon gets it back to Keon Goss. Passes over, right wing three-point attempt by Messiah Tinsley. Bounces up off the rim and off the back of the backboard, out of bounds to the Bearcats. 3 subs into the game for Johnstown. Elijah Fields, Tavis Price, and Jamal Goss all back into the game for head coach Rich Price of the Johnstown Trojans. Bearcats inbound. Nick Gerhardt gets it to Jayton Smith. Smith over to Jonathan Price. Back to Smith. Back over to Gerhardt. They get over the midcourt stripe. Gerhardt, a nice move past everybody. A nice pass to Owen Lane. He can't get it to go. Johnstown fast break back the other way, and the ball goes out of bounds off of Johnstown's Darian Perkins. 6:38 left to go in the first half. 21-12 in favor of Johnstown. Nick Gerhardt to inbound the basketball and does so to Jayton Smith. Smith ahead to Jonathan Price. Price ahead then to Nick Rigby. They go back to Gerhardt. Rigby now in the right corner. Kicks it out. Jayton Smith, right wing. Plays catch with Nick Rigby. Rigby then sees an opening, goes down the right baseline and won't go. Three-point attempt is no good by Jayden Smith, and the rebound pulled in by the Trojans, Elijah Fields. Fields over the midcourt stripe. Not exactly the smoothest dribble, but does not get called for a travel. And a pass attempted inside to Jamal Goss is tipped and stolen by the Bearcats. Back the other way on a fast break. Nick Gerhardt gets his first points of the night, and the Bearcats have cut the lead to 21-14. Elijah Fields brings the ball over the midcourt stripe for Johnstown. 5:40 left to go, and now it's Elijah Fields taking his time. Passes it over to Keon Goss. Goss goes back to Tavis Price. They try to go down the lane. The ball ends up over in the left side for a deep three by Tavis Price. It goes, and there's a foul afterward. Tavis Price has picked up his fourth three-point field goal of this game. He also has a two-point field goal and one that he made from the foul line. 24-14. Johnstown back up by 10, and on that foul, it ends up being an out of bounds to the Trojans. Elijah Field inbounds. Tavis Price passes to Darian Berkins. Berkins over to Goss, and then Price comes out to midcourt and starts to take control. Passes it over. Keon Goss, left side, moves over, top of the key, tries a three, it won't go. Rebound, Jayden Smith. Smith up the floor for the Bearcats. First time they've been able to get up the floor without any pressure. What a nice layup by Nick Gerhardt. Nick Gerhardt looked to be a little off balance, a little out of control, but he got the shot to go to make it 24-16. And the foul called on Johnstown's Elijah Fields. That's his first and team's fourth. At the line then, it's Nick Gerhardt to shoot one. And Gerhardt misses it. Rebound pulled in by Keon Goss. Goss ahead to Elijah Fields. Fields over the midcourt stripe for the Trojans. Comes over here on the right side. Goes inside to Goss. He makes a move to the hole, and they call an offensive foul on Jamal Goss. That will be Goss's second. His second and team fifth, and into the game quickly is Trayvon Williams for Jamal Goss. Bearcats basketball at their end. 24-16. Bearcats down by 8. 4:48 left to go. Bearcats quickly down the floor. Goes Jonathan Price toward the basket, and they're going to call a block on Johnstown. Trayvon Williams picks up the foul. His first and team sixth. Bearcats to inbound. They'll be headed to the line for a one-on-one next foul. Whoa! Nick Rigby was mugged from behind. No foul called, and the Bearcats still have the basketball. Nick Gerhardt to Rigby. Back over to Gerhardt. Deep three from the right wing won't go. Rigby makes some room, gets the rebound, puts up the shot, it won't go, and then coming down with a rebound that is Keon Goss, and he's fouled by one of the Bearcats. And the foul's called on Nick Rigby. Nick picks up his first, and that's now the team fourth. Tavis Price to inbound for the Trojans. And Elijah Fields lets it roll for a while and starts his dribble up over the midcourt stripe down the right side. Price with the basketball again, starts down the right side of the lane, lays it up and in. Tavis Price. What a one-man offensive show he's been putting on now with 19 points in the first half. Getting down near the 4-minute mark left to go here. 26-16, Johnstown up by 10. Whoa, Matt Sellers almost traveled, but he does get the pass away to Nick Gerhardt. Gerhardt goes over to Matt Sellers. They kick it out, and a three-point attempt by Nick Rigby will not go. Eventually, the ball gets battered around. Matt Sellers gets it back, and on his way to the hole, he is fouled. And a foul called on Keon Goss. That's his second. Now team seventh. At the line to shoot two, it is Matt Sellers. Off the back of the rim and no good. He has one more.
Make sure we're matched up.
A couple of subs into the game for Johnstown. Messiah Tinsley and Jarrell Simon. They replace Elijah Fields. And I believe Keon Goss. Next shot misses by Sellers, and the rebound is pulled down by the Trojans. Quickly up the floor. Jarrell Simon hands the ball to Tavis Price. Price hands the ball to Messiah Tinsley. Back to Price. Top of the key, starts down the lane, kicks it out. Three-point attempt from the right wing will not go for Jarrell Simon. Rebound, though, to Johnstown. Pass deep into the right corner. Tavis Price tries to go inside. Stolen by Owen Lane. Gets a quick pass ahead to Nick Gerhardt. Nick pulls back. Sends it out to Jonathan Price. Price, a deep three. Won't go. Rebound fought for. And let's see who this is on. Maybe Johnstown. And a foul called on Darian Perkins. He picks up his second. That's now team eighth. And Owen Lane will be at the line. Pretty demonstrative protest by Rich Price is greeted. No technical or anything called. No foul language in play. At the line, Owen Lane. 1-1. Owen misses the first one. Rebound pulled down by Johnstown. Messiah Tinsley gets that rebound and passes the ball back to Tavis Price. He calls Tinsley back. Tinsley now brings it over the midcourt stripe, passes to Price. Kicks it over. Trayvon Williams for three, won't go. Tavis Price with the rebound. Kicks it out to the foul line. Trayvon Williams can't make that one. Williams has the rebound, goes for the layup, still won't go. Another rebound for Johnstown. And now the Trojans will pull it back and work it around. Johnstown 26, Huntingdon 16 with 2.5 left to go in the first half. With the basketball, Messiah Tinsley. Tinsley tries to go down the left side of the lane. Looked like he traveled, nothing called. Kick out, right wing deep three, won't go, but the rebound is pulled in and put up by Darian Perkins. And that makes it 28-16 in favor of the Trojans. 2:15 left to go here in the first half. Matt Sellers up the floor to Nick Gerhardt. Gerhardt down the right side. All the way down to the baseline, makes a spin move, tries to kick it out for Jonathan Price. It's stolen by Johnstown. Fast break back the other way. Rebound for Nick Rigby. Rigby now up the floor, kicks it toward the right corner, and it goes off the hands of Nick Gerhardt and out of bounds. Substitution for Johnstown. Elijah Fields comes back into the game, and he replaces Darian Perkins. And the Bearcats are going to call a 30-second timeout. That gives us an opportunity to thank our backers here. They include the Huntingdon Moose Family Center number 223, the Pennsylvania Highlands Community College. Other supporters of tonight's broadcast, welcome aboard Austin Smith Plumbing and Heating. Also, All-American Pizza and Subs, Mel's Concrete LLC, Dr. Michael Simone, and by Brenneman's Meat Markets. And we want to thank you for being out there to be listening to Bearcat Sports, that is, here on the airnetwork.net. And you can also tune in at 94.1 Community FM in Huntingdon. All right, timeout's over. It's a 12-point Johnstown lead, 28-16, a minute 57 left to go here in the first half. Tavis Price will inbound under the Huntingdon basket. And he kicks it into Messiah Tinsley, and Tinsley will bring the ball up the floor. Tinsley over the midcourt stripe now, comes over toward the right wing. Kicks the ball down to Jarrell Simon. Simon loops around, tries to drive to the basket, pulls up and does not take the shot. However, gets the ball to Elijah Fields, who makes his first three-point attempt of the night to make it 31-16 in favor of Johnstown. And driving to the hole and making the layup, it's Jonathan Price, and a foul called on Johnstown. Trayvon Williams picking up his second foul of the night. Team ninth. And Jonathan Price will try to convert the traditional three-point play. and it rims out on him. Rebound to Johnstown. Elijah Fields with the basketball. Makes his way over the midcourt stripe. Hands the ball to Tavis Price, who hands it to Messiah Tinsley. Dribbles now here in the right wing. Tinsley goes down into the corner. And there's a move by Trayvon Williams. They're going to say that was an offensive foul. And Williams quickly picking up his third. And a technical foul has been called on Trayvon Williams as well. That'll also go as a personal foul. And Williams now is going to ride the bench for an extended period of this game. Jonathan Price making his way down to the foul line to shoot the technical. Of course, on the player control foul, there would have been no shots at all. I don't see Williams going to sit down, though, while Price shoots the technical foul. By the way, it's also team 10th for Johnstown. And the first shot is up and good by Price. And the second one of the technical is good. So Price makes both ends of the technical foul, and it makes it 31-20 in favor of Johnstown. And, of course, it'll be Bearcats basketball. Substitution coming up for the Trojans. Keon Goss comes in, and Trayvon Williams exits with his 4 fouls. As I say, I don't expect to see him again until the end of the game if they need him. Inbound play to Jonathan Price, guarded closely by Messiah Tinsley. Price doesn't seem to mind, drives, but his shot is blocked. And then a fast break back the other way. Elijah Fields puts it up and in, and Johnstown takes a 13-point lead, 33-20. Jonathan Price with the basketball now for the Bearcats between the circles, starts down the lane, pulls back. Price hands the ball to Nick Rigby. He goes down the middle with the lane, stops, pops, and converts a deuce. Got a little 4-foot jumper that Nick Rigby is able to get in. Rigby with 6 points so far in the night. It's a 33-22 Johnstown lead heading into the final 30 seconds now of the first half. Tavis Price with the basketball down the right side, hands it off to Elijah Fields, who comes back out deep on the right wing, kicks it over. Messiah Tinsley starts down, tries to pass, picked off by Nick Gerhardt. Nick goes all the way to the hole, off the glass and in. Nick Gerhardt would not be denied. 7 seconds left to go. 33-24, the Johnstown lead down to 9. Tavis Price kicks it back. A long three-point attempt will not go for Messiah Tinsley, and that sets our halftime score. We have one half in the books here at Huntingdon High School. And the score, Johnstown 33 and the Bearcats 24. We'll be back with more here at Huntingdon High School. Greg Banks has some halftime information for you, and he'll impart knowledge on you. That's all coming up next, right here in the airnetwork.net.
Call Austin Smith Heating and Plumbing for affordable heating, plumbing, and drain cleaning services in Huntingdon. Count on 12 years of ensured excellent service when it comes to heating, plumbing, ventilation, and drain cleaning. Call Austin Smith Heating and Plumbing, available evenings and weekends at an affordable rate. Call 814-506-5128. That's 506-5128 for Austin Smith Heating and Plumbing in Huntingdon.
Pennsylvania Highlands Community College provides you the option to earn an associate degree, diploma, or certificate at an affordable cost. The Penn Highlands Huntingdon Center, located on Margie Drive in Huntingdon, offers degree programs in business management, criminal justice, liberal arts and sciences, and psychology. Are you ready to take the next step on your career path? Contact Penn Highlands Huntingdon at 814-643-6200 or visit Penn Highlands Community College online at pennhighlands.edu.
Grab the Big Kahuna, the 24-square cut pizza with your choice of one topping for only $19.99. Now at All American Pizza and Subs at 612 Washington Street, downtown Huntingdon. All American Pizza and Subs has delivery, and they're the home of great pizza, subs, salad, wings, and more for lunch, dinner, or a late night snack. Call All American Pizza and Subs right now at 643-0222. Closed Mondays. All American Pizza and Subs. Like us on Facebook.
It's a brand new year, so start it off right by shedding those pounds and living a healthy lifestyle. Call Dr. Michael Simone at Simone Family Chiropractic and Weight Loss at 613 Washington Street, downtown Huntingdon, for a proven safe way to shed those extra pounds. Dr. Simone utilizes the doctor-supervised Chiro Thin weight loss program that helps you lose significant weight without exercise, expensive prepackaged foods, or diet shakes. It's real food with real results. Try the Chiro Thin plan on your way to a healthier you by calling Dr. Simone for a free consultation. Call 643-2616 for a happier you.
It's the AirNetwork.net, the home of the Huntingdon Bearcats, and I am Greg Banks in the studio. Tonight, Johnstown taking on the Huntingdon Bearcats at the Huntingdon Gymnasium on Cassidy Avenue in District 6 Quad A semifinal action. It's the Bearcat Boys who are trailing the Johnstown Trojans tonight at the half, 33-24. Dave Shannon, by the way, bringing you all the action of tonight's game. And we really appreciate Dave, who has been with us here at the Air Network for probably the last 5 or 6 years. Many of you remember Dave in Johnstown from the Game of the Week, where we brought you high school football, basketball, and more sports every week on Atlantic Broadband, the regional cable system. And, of course, yours truly, Greg Banks, the producer for many years, about 17 years. And Dave, of course, along with Tom Callahan, bringing you the football games throughout the fall season. But here we are back in Huntingdon after 45 years, my hometown, where I graduated back in 1972 doing my school's broadcast on the Air Network, and now Community 94.1 FM. So certainly glad to have along. If you are listening in Johnstown, hey, I miss you, love you, but hey, I had to get back home. It's been a long broadcasting career, 45 years, and we're really appreciating a little bit of downtime as we do some fishing, take care of our businesses with the Air Network, in addition to Comcast 190 in Huntingdon and Lewistown. Meanwhile, again at the half, Johnstown is leading Huntingdon Bearcats 33-24. That's at the half. And by the way, the winner of tonight's game will play Saturday at Mount Aloysius College in Crescent, PA, in District 6 Quad A Championship action. The best of luck to both teams. Meanwhile, we mentioned that Dave has been joining us here on the Air Network, first of all, on Thursday Night Football, and then, of course, Monday Night Sports Talk, which happens every Monday night at 7 o'clock. You can catch us live on www.theairnetwork.net. Just click on Tune In and listen live as we talk with all the guys from around the area. Jimmy Ty in Philadelphia, Chad States from time to time in Huntingdon, and, of course, Dave Shannon from Altoona, Pennsylvania, live as we talk about, the Pittsburgh Pirates, the Penguins, also the Steelers, and, of course, area sports in addition to national sports. Speaking of area sports and national sports, Ike Taylor joins us every week now with a new podcast. We had Ike on the air with us every Wednesday night, but because of his schedule with the NFL Network, that is nationally, he will be joining us each month for a couple of podcasts, which you'll find on our front page at theairnetwork.net. Again, this is theairnetwork.net. Some of the programming changes you'll be hearing, some new things like SB Nation sports throughout the day. That, of course, is Monday throughout the entire week. SB Nation Sports, by the way, a lot of sports bloggers and writers from around the country who do daily sports. It used to be the old yahoo.com sports. Well, that is now being distributed throughout the country, and we are a part of their affiliation. Also, Disturbing the Peace starting Monday with Greg Banks, yours truly, as we talk about kind of the positive things happening in Huntingdon County, the growth factor. Of course, the businesses downtown, we'll talk about those because that's near and dear to our heart, as we are the chairman of the Drop-In Center there at 512 Washington Street. A lot of good things happening in downtown Huntingdon. We invite you to stop down and do some shopping. Park your car. I know, it's a quarter. We'll spend it. And just walk a little bit through those 5 or 6 to 7 blocks of Huntingdon and check out some of the fine places to shop, fine places to eat. We are an advocate for downtown Huntingdon. We'll talk more about them coming up in weeks to come, starting on Monday as we begin Disturbing the Peace, Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Live talk here in Huntingdon, PA, also on Community FM 94.1. That's from 9 to 11. Now, meanwhile, Bearcat Sports, we have a plan for you coming up in the Springs. High school baseball. Got my man George Zanuck, who's the coach of Huntingdon Baseball. We'll be joining them to do some games in addition to Huntingdon Softball. And Mike Sellers, by the way, is pitching me on doing some volleyball games, which we're going to do those games. Yes, indeed. We'll do some Huntingdon Boys volleyball. And how many years do I remember Priscilla Gibney taking those girls to the state finals for volleyball, even though they came to Johnstown area like Richland, Westmont, Ferndale, some of those schools, and beat us? Well, they beat us terribly. But, of course, we had those on television back in the day, along with Tom Callahan and some of the other guys like Conrad Sikorica. Well, Dave Shannon's a part of the growth and factor of Atlantic Broadband, of course, from years ago, and now the airnetwork.net, bringing you exclusively Huntingdon Bearcat Sports. So coming up this spring, it's baseball, softball, and volleyball. And don't forget, my good friend Linda DeArmond puts together a fine activity and event every year in April. It's Mayfest in Huntingdon. We'll have that live again on the air and, of course, on the airnetwork.net and Community FM 94.1. So as we head into, of course, the second half of tonight's game, best of luck to the Huntingdon Bearcats. Yes, I'm a homer. Hey, and good luck to those guys in Johnstown as well. It's at the half, 33-24. We've got more action with Dave Shannon. That's coming up next here on the airnetwork.net. Stick around for second half action here.
The Huntingdon Moose Family Center 223 is the heart of the community. Becoming a member of the Huntingdon Moose enables you to join friends who have served their community for over 100 years. Join us this Saturday night for country music on the rocks with 100 Proof from 8 to 11 p.m. Then join us Sunday as we kick off the NASCAR season with our Daytona 500 party beginning at 1:30. The Huntingdon Moose Family Center 223, serving the community with the best value in town.
Brenneman's Meat Markets are celebrating nearly 70 years in providing Huntingdon County with quality USDA-approved processed pork, chicken, and beef products. Brenneman's has 2 locations in the county where the tradition of the finest meats are found in the region. Stop by Brenneman's Huntingdon weekdays from 8 to 6, Saturdays 8 to 3. Mount Union, open 9 to 5 weekdays and 9 to 2 on Saturdays. Choose specials of $10 to $50 meat packs containing your favorite meats. Or stop by and ask about our select custom cuts, prepared and packaged while you wait. Brenneman's Meat Markets in Huntingdon and Mount Union. Call our office at 814-643-2751 for specials and more information.
It's the airnetwork.net. By the way, thank you very much. Huntingdon has over 20 years experience. For listening to Bearcat Sports here on the airnetwork.net. Dave Shannon, stand by because I'm coming back to you. We need more sponsors and we need more help for all these sports. Give me a call at 667-7195. That's 667-7195 if you'd like to be a booster of Bearcat Sports. Meanwhile, back to Huntingdon High School tonight for live action. Here's Dave Shannon live on the Air Network. Dave?
All right, thank you, Greg. As we get ready for second half action, we'll see at the second half is the Tavis Price show for Johnstown as it was in the first half. Scorers for Johnstown in the first half: Elijah Fields with 5, Trayvon Williams with 5, Darian Berkins with 4, Tavis Price 19. That totals up to 33, a little bit more evenly spread for the Bearcats. Jonathan Price with 8, Nick Gerhardt with 6. A couple of points for Matt Sellers, also 2 for Owen Lane, and 6 for Nick Rigby for the 24 points that the Bearcats have as we start the second half. It'll be Johnstown ball to start the second half on the possession arrow, and they'll be moving from right to left here in the second half. Taking the ball over the midcourt stripe, Elijah Fields over to Tavis Price, out to Jamal Goss. Pass goes inside. Keon Goss has the ball batted away by Owen Lane, but it goes right to Jamal Goss. Elijah Fields out around the foul line, almost has it stolen, gets it to Tavis Price. Price dribbles out at the midcourt circle. Rich Price, of course, the head coach of the Johnstown Trojans. Darian Berkins with the basketball, kicks it back out to Keon Goss, who plays catch with Elijah Fields. Keon has it back. Goss on the right wing makes a pass toward the midcourt area. Nice save by Elijah Fields. Fields dribbles up and then pulls up and plays catch with Tavis Price. Tavis over to Elijah. They play catch again. Price starts down, kicks it over toward the right side, and it goes off of one of the Bearcats. Good defense over there by Owen Lane, and it goes out of bounds off of him to the Trojans. 6:58 left to go in quarter number 3. 33-24. Near steal on the inbound. Jonathan Price, nice effort, but could not get it. And then it's Elijah Fields who loses control as he heads underneath the basket. Eventually, Owen Lane comes away with it for the Bearcats. Jonathan Price stops, kicks it back out. Nick Rigby tries to drive toward the basket. Elijah Fields gives him a little bit of a bump. He ends up losing control. The ball goes out of bounds, and it is Johnstown basketball. 6.5 left to go, third quarter. 33-24, Johnstown with the lead here at Huntingdon Area High School. Tavis Price with the basketball for the Trojans, kicks it to Darian Berkins. Back to Tavis Price, tries a three, won't go. Rebound, put back up and in by Darian Berkins to make it a 35-24 Johnstown lead. Some backcourt pressure by Johnstown. The Bearcats get it over the midcourt stripe. Try a pass into Owen Lane. Owen goes down hard. He hit his head as Darian Berkins tried to get a steal and not really committing a foul there. It was just the contact was made, and Owen Lane lost his balance and went down on his head. Will Selesky is going to come in for Owen Lane, and they're going to take him to the back. He's also, speaking of back, holding at the lower part of his back. I'm sure the young man will want to get back in, but the training staff with him, and they're going to make a determination. I think the first thing that they would be concerned about would be a concussion because his head did hit pretty hard. The officials clean up the area where Owen hit the floor and hand the ball to Tavis Price, who inbounds to Elijah Fields. Fields starts up the floor and over the midcourt stripe, guarded by Jonathan Price. Jamal Goss with the basketball, top of the key, goes over to his brother Keon. Keon goes back to Jamal, drives to the left side of the lane, puts it up and in. Jamal Goss, all 6'5" of them, gets his first 2 points of the game. 37-24, Johnstown with the lead. Matt Sellers in the left corner, almost tied up, gets a pass away, and then Jamal Goss knocks it out of bounds as the pass was made to Will Selesky, and then Will's pass tipped out by Jamal Goss. Selesky inbounds. Jayton Smith with the basketball. Smith hands it to Nick Rigby. Rigby goes into the corner to Matt Sellers. Sellers starts down the left baseline. Guarded closely by Darian Berkins, and Matt ends up dribbling it on the end line. Turnover to Johnstown. Matt Sellers is going to come out of the game, and into the game for him is Nick Gerhardt. Gerhardt with some pretty quality time there in the first half, ended up scoring 6 of Huntingdon's 24 points. 5:16 left to go in the third quarter. 37-24, Johnstown with the lead. With the basketball, it's Darian Berkins. Berkins back out to Tavis Price. Price at the midcourt circle. Tries to make a pass. A nice aggressive move by Nick Rigby. And they end up calling the foul on Tavis Price as they felt that Rigby had position on that. Price going after it, bumps into Rigby, and Tavis picks up his first foul of the night and team's first in the second half. Inbound play, Nick Gerhardt goes to Jayton Smith, and Jayton comes over the midcourt stripe. Smith then goes back to Gerhardt. Gerhardt over to Jonathan Price. Price dribbles, top of the key. Continues to hover out there. Started down the right side, pulled back, gets the pass to Nick Gerhardt. Gerhardt goes to Jayton Smith, drives down the left side of the lane, tries to get the layup up, but he cannot, and the foul called on the Trojans. It's Jamal Goss picking up his third, and team's second in the second half. 4:37 left to go in quarter number 3, 37-24. Johnstown with the lead, and Jayton Smith at the line. First one is up and nothing but net. Into the game for Johnstown, it's Trayvon Williams for Jamal Goss. Trayvon Williams comes in with 4 fouls. And another one up and in, as the Bearcats have made it 37-26, as Jayton Smith picks up both of those free throws. Tavis Price with the basketball, dribbles on the left wing. Dribbles it down into the left corner. Coming out with it is Keon Goss. Goes inside, and Trayvon Williams puts it up and in. Williams doesn't take him long to become a factor here in the second half. And that makes it 39-26 in favor of Johnstown. Nice pass inside, but kicking it back out to the left corner. 3-point attempt by Gerhardt's no good, but the rebound by Nick Rigby. Nick puts it up and in, and it makes it 39-28. Johnstown holding on to an 11-point lead here in quarter number 3. Steal. Jonathan Price to the hole, off the glass, and good. And a timeout is called by Johnstown. It is a 30-second timeout. Gives us a chance to once again thank our sponsors here, as Bearcat Sports broadcasts on the Air Network are presented by Huntingdon Moose Family Center, number 223, and by Pennsylvania Highlands Community College. Other supporters of tonight's broadcast include Austin Smith Plumbing and Heating, All-American Pizza and Subs, Mel's Concrete LLC, Dr. Michael Simone, and by Brenneman's Meat Markets. Thanks for listening to Bearcat Sports exclusively on the airnetwork.net. We're also on Community Radio 94.1 here in Huntingdon. 39-30. Bearcats have that lead down to 9 now for Johnstown, and everybody gets set. Johnstown to inbound the ball. Tavis Price calls his teammates back up into the Huntingdon end. Inbound to Darian Berkins. Berkins kicks it back to Elijah Fields. Fields over the midcourt stripe. Stops in the right wing, hands the ball to Trayvon Williams. Tavis Price between the circles. Guarded by Jayton Smith. Smith goes down toward the corner. Tavis Price eventually passes it back out to Berkins. Darian Berkins goes to Elijah Fields. Fields goes over. Right wing, starts down the lane toward the hole and is fouled. Looks like that one will go on Nick Gerhardt. Nope. Instead, they call the foul on Jonathan Price. My mistake. Price picking up his first, and that is team's first here in the second half. And 2 shots here for Elijah Fields. Fields' first shot is up and off the side of the rim and no good. Into the game for Johnstown, Jarrell Simon replacing Trayvon Williams. Elijah Fields to shoot his second of 2. And he misses that one, but the rebound's put back up and in by Keon Goss. And that makes it 41-30 in favor of Johnstown. Bearcats in their end. Nick Gerhardt drives toward the basket, off the glass from the left side and in. Nick Gerhardt has had some quality time out there for Nick Payne and the Huntingdon Bearcats. Johnstown moves the ball in the left baseline. A shot put up does not go for Darian Berkins. Gets the rebound, puts it back up, and is fouled. And the foul called on Nick Gerhardt. That'll be Nick's first. Team second. Berkins at the line. First one is up and in. Owen Lane comes into the game, and Nick Rigby comes out. Second shot now for Darian Perkins. And he misses that one off the front of the rim. Rebound, though, and put back up by Keon Goss. And then another rebound by Perkins. He puts it up and in. Johnstown 44, Huntingdon 32. Nick Gerhardt kicks it down into the corner to Selesky. Selesky down the left baseline, brings it back over. And a three-point attempt is no good off the back of the rim by Jonathan Price. And a steal, no. Johnstown ends up getting the ball back. A near steal for the Bearcats. Tavis Price goes down on the baseline. A reverse layup will not go for Darian Perkins. And then the ball gets battered around in the corner and out of bounds off of Johnstown's Messiah Tinsley. Bearcats to inbound. 2:05 left to go in the third quarter. Johnstown 44 and Huntingdon 32. Inbounding is Nick Gerhardt. And now a steal down at the Huntingdon end and a whistle as Tavis Price was on his way back up the floor. And the foul called on Jayton Smith. That's his second and team third now in the second half. It'll be an inbound play for the Trojans from the far side. Nick Rigby getting ready to check back in. Johnstown gets the ball in, and here we go. Tavis Price inbounding to Messiah Tinsley. Tinsley tries to go back, and it's batted away. Jayton Smith with the basketball for the Bearcats. Jayton Smith to Jonathan Price. Price goes inside. Owen Lane back in the game, made a move, but he was guarded closely there. Darian Perkins. Jonathan Price goes over to Nick Gerhardt, goes inside. Owen Lane can't convert. Minute and a half left to go. Third quarter, 44-32. Johnstown with the lead. With the basketball, Darian Perkins. Perkins goes to Keon Goss. Goss then to Jarrell Simon. Drives toward the basket. Tries to get a floater to go. It will not. It's a little bit short, but the foul is called on the Bearcats. And it's on Jayton Smith. That'll be his third. And team fourth now in the second half. At the line, Jarrell Simon. He'll be shooting two. And the Trojans go up by 13 now, 45-32. Johnstown with the lead over Huntingdon. Back into the game, Matt Sellers and Nick Rigby. And coming out, Will Selesky for the Bearcats. And also coming out of the game, Jayton Smith after he got his third personal. Jarrell Simon with a second of two. Off the front of the rim, no good. Owen Lane tips it up. And eventually coming down with it is Nick Gerhardt. Gerhardt's tied up. It's a held ball called. And the possession arrow goes to the Bearcats. Nick Gerhardt to inbound underneath the Johnstown basket. Gets it in. Jonathan Price quickly up the floor all the way to the hole. Won't go. Nick Rigby with a follow. He can't get it to go. And it's Tavis Price with the rebound for Johnstown. He pulls back and waits for Messiah Tinsley to meet him in the backcourt. Tinsley over the midcourt stripe, passes it over for Keon Goss. Nice save going out of bounds. Kicks it back into Darian Perkins. Under a minute left to go, third quarter, 45-32 in favor of Johnstown. Messiah Tinsley drives toward the hole, knocks down one of the Bearcats. Is it a foul on Johnstown? I think it is. Yep. Messiah Tinsley picks up his first. And that'll be the team third. Bearcats basketball trailing by 13 here, 45-32. 43 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Nick Gerhardt inbounding. And he gets it into Price. Jonathan Price with the basketball, dribbles over the midcourt stripe, right at midcourt. Coming out, providing a screen, Rigby. Rigby peels off, heads toward the hole, but it's stolen by Messiah Tinsley. Tinsley kicks it into the right wing. 3-point attempt is up by Tavis Price. It won't go, and a whistle. And the foul called on Matt Sellers as Matt picks up his first. That's team fifth now. Coming out of the game for Johnstown is Darian Berkins. Trojans to inbound. Jamal Goss coming back in for Johnstown. 26 seconds left in the third quarter. Tavis Price, left wing. Dribbles down toward the basket, off the glass and in. What an authoritative move by Tavis Price to the hole. Price gets his first 2 points of the second half after dominating the first half offensively for Johnstown. 47-32, Johnstown with the lead. Here's Nick Rigby with a three, top of the key, and it goes. And that will be the end of quarter number 3. We have one more quarter to go here at Huntingdon Area High School in the score. Johnstown 47, Huntingdon 35 on the airnetwork.net.
Pennsylvania Highlands Community College provides you the option to earn an associate degree, diploma, or certificate at an affordable cost. The Penn Highlands Huntingdon Center, located on Margie Drive in Huntingdon, offers degree programs in business management, criminal justice, liberal arts and sciences, and psychology. Are you ready to take the next step on your career path? Contact Penn Highlands Huntingdon at 814-643-6200 or visit Penn Highlands Community College online at pennhighlands.edu.
Mel's Concrete in Huntingdon has over 20 years experience in providing you with quality concrete work. When you have any job dealing with concrete, call Mel Woomer at 643-0909. Mel's Concrete specializing in porches, patios, basements, sidewalks, and more. Mel's Concrete also specializes in snow removal. There's no job too big or too small when it comes to concrete. Call Mel's Concrete, LLC at 643-0909.
Back at Huntingdon Area High School for the final quarter of tonight's semifinal game between the Huntingdon Bearcats and the Greater Johnstown Trojans. Trojans ball to inbound to start quarter number 4. Bearcats trailing by 12. Let's see. They're going to need some turnovers. And it's Jonathan Price with the defense, and he gets poked a little bit by Messiah Tinsley. No foul called. The ball eventually ends up to Jamal Goss. Drives, tries to lay up, and it won't go. Price back into the Huntingdon end. Matt Sellers dribbles down on the left side of the key. Tries to lay up, it won't go. Owen Lane fighting for the rebound along with Nick Gerhardt. It's eventually kicked out for Matt Sellers. Tries a three, it won't go. And a tie-up for the Bearcats. And they'll get the basketball on the possession arrow. Coming into the game for Johnstown, it's going to be Darian Berkins. And Berkins will come in for Jarrell Simon. 7:28 left to go. There's a turnover that Huntingdon sorely needed. Nick Rigby passes to Nick Gerhardt, eventually to Matt Sellers. Jonathan Price on the right wing tries a three. It goes. Jonathan Price with the first points of the fourth quarter, and he takes that lead back down under 10. 47-38. Johnstown up by 9. Tavis Price with the basketball, drives toward the basket, throws it up, and draws a foul. See if that one's on Nick Gerhardt or not. And it's on Matt Sellers. Sellers picking up his second. That is team 6 now in the second half. And Tavis Price is at the line. And he misses the first one. Price dominated the first half with 19 for the Trojans. So far in the second half, just 2. And his second free throw attempt goes off the front, and the back of the rim won't go. And it's Johnstown, though, with a rebound. Out with the basketball at the top of the key, Messiah Tinsley pulls back to the midcourt stripe and now gets some momentum going down the lane. Pass to Jamal Goss. Goss puts it up and in. 11-point lead for Johnstown. 6:38 left to go in the game. Bearcats, and Nick Gerhardt gets the ball over the midcourt stripe. Reaching in as Tavis Price knocking it away from Nick Gerhardt on the far sideline. Tavis Price, the last to touch it. So the Bearcats will inbound. Nick Gerhardt to inbound. And it ends up going over the midcourt stripe, picked up by Jonathan Price, and Jonathan brings it over the midcourt stripe. At the top of the key, hovering there, guarded by Tavis Price. And a steal by Price. Tavis Price for Johnstown, back the other way. Trojans with the basketball, Messiah Tinsley. Tinsley with a real high dribble there, but not a carry. Tavis Price going to try a deep three from the right wing. Won't go. Rebound, Johnstown. Darian Perkins with the rebound. Messiah Tinsley dribbles. And the pass going inside was almost stolen by Huntingdon. Three-point attempt will not go for Johnstown as Keon Goss tried one. Bearcats bring it up the floor in a hurry, and it's brought up by Nick Gerhardt. Gerhardt to Jonathan Price. Price dribbles. Goes over on the left side, hands it to Nick Gerhardt. Gerhardt then hands it off to Nick Rigby. Goes down the left side of the lane, tries the layup, it won't go. Jamal Goss had the rebound and bumped into Rigby, and the ball goes out off of Nick Rigby. Back into the game now is Jayton Smith for Nick Gerhardt. Great effort by Nick so far in this ball game with 8 of the 38 Bearcats points. 49-38. Johnstown up by 11, and they have the basketball. Messiah Tinsley starts down the lane, kicks it over to Jamal Goss. He puts it up and in. Goss had no points in the first half, has 6 now in the second half. Jonathan Price starts down toward the basket, pulls up, makes a pass near the top of the key, and backing up to get it was Jayton Smith. And Nick Payne, head coach of the Huntingdon Bearcats, calls a timeout. Don't forget to join us every Monday night from 7 to 8 on the Air Network. We talk sports. It's Monday Night Sports Talk. Greg Banks, Jimmy Ty, myself. Times we're joined by Chad States. I don't know. He's becoming too hoity-toity to join us here. But hopefully Chad will be back and not so hoity-toity for the rest of Monday Night Sports Talk season. 7 to 8 Monday nights right here on the airnetwork.net. And don't forget, Greg telling us at halftime we're going to have podcasts now from Ike Taylor, as Ike had his show up until about a week and a half ago or so. And now Ike will be providing us with podcasts, which will be available anytime at the main page of the airnetwork.net. Some more sports coming your way as well, as we're looking at getting you some baseball, some softball, and some volleyball as well. If you'd like to be a supporter of Bearcat Sports, be sure to contact Greg Banks during regular business hours tomorrow. 667-7195 at 667-7195. How often does that happen? The clock stopped at an even point. 5 minutes left to go in the game. 51-38. Johnstown up by 13. And inbounding is Owen Lane. Lane gets it in to Jonathan Price on the right side. He dribbles out around the right wing. Kicks it to Jayton Smith. Smith to Sellers and back out to Smith. Jayton Smith to Sellers on the left side now. Nat moving everywhere around the court. Here's Nick Rigby with a deep three from the left wing. Nick Rigby picking up another three, his second of the night, to make it a 10-point Johnstown lead, 51-41. Steal by the Bearcats, and a three-point attempt by Jayton Smith won't go. And here's a 2-on-1 break back the other way for Johnstown. Darian Perkins scores the points and one. As the foul's called on Jayton Smith, he quickly picks up his fourth and heads over toward the sideline. They say it's his fifth. And so that'll be it for Jayton Smith. Apologies to everyone out there. It's going to be Nick Gerhardt to come in and finish out the game for Jayton Smith. 12-point Johnstown lead, and number 12, Darian Perkins at the line. And his foul shot is up and good, so Perkins makes it a 54-41 Johnstown lead. Huntingdon having trouble getting the ball up the floor. Eventually a deep pass. Matt Sellers has it. Owen Lane left corner and tried to pass it back and pass to no one. Stolen by Johnstown. And I don't know how they didn't travel there, but it wasn't called. And a deep three from the right wing for Elijah Fields goes. And Johnstown continues to pull away. Now leading by 16. Johnstown 57 and Huntingdon 41. Well, once again, do want to thank all of our sponsors, and that includes Austin Smith Plumbing and Heating coming on board here with Bearcats as we bring you Bearcat sports, and we'll continue to do that with spring sports that include baseball, softball, and we're going to get some volleyball on the air for you as well. The Bearcat sports broadcasters and broadcast supporters, that is, include the Huntingdon Moose Family Center, number 223, and Pennsylvania Highlands Community College. Other supporters include All-American Pizza and Subs, Mel's Concrete LLC, Dr. Michael Simone, Brenneman's Meat Markets, and as we said before, Austin Smith Plumbing and Heating. 57 for Johnstown, 41 for the Bearcats of Huntingdon. We're here in the fourth quarter of tonight's game. The winner moves on to play at Mount Aloysius College Saturday afternoon at 2:30 for the District 6 Boys Quad A Championship. Bearcats have a lot of ground to make up in 4 minutes. And the inbound play goes from Nick Gerhardt to Matt Sellers. They play catch and now have to get a little more serious. They get it over the midcourt stripe. Jonathan Price drives to the basket, takes a shot. It doesn't go. And it's a rebound for Johnstown, but then it's stolen away nearly. Selesky knocked it away, but eventually regaining control for Johnstown, Elijah Fields. Fields with the basketball. Trayvon Williams out there with 4 fouls. Williams with the ball in the right wing, kicks it into the corner to Jarrell Simon. Back over to Trayvon. Make that Keon Goss. Layoff attempt by Elijah Fields won't go. Rebound to the Trojans. Down to 3:15 left to go. 16-point Johnstown lead. Jarrell Simon with the basketball. Starts in from the midcourt stripe. Stops, passes off, and they continue to pass around into the right corner. Deep three won't go. Rebound by the Trojans, Darian Perkins. He puts it up and in. The Trojans up now by 18, 59-41. Down the lane, layup attempt is no good by Jonathan Price, and the rebound fought for as Nick Rigby gets knocked down, and Johnstown comes away with the basketball. Jonathan Price comes up to put a little pressure on Elijah Fields and gives him a little bump as well, as the Bearcats pick up their 8th foul, and Jonathan Price picks up his 2nd of the game. Johnstown with a number of subs here, including Tavis Price coming back in the game along with Messiah Tinsley. At the line for Johnstown, Elijah Fields. And he misses. Rebound by Matt Sellers. And the Bearcats quickly up the floor. Rigby to Sellers, back to Rigby, tries the three, won't go. Will Selesky, nice rebound. Kicks it into the corner to Nick Rigby, back out to Nick Gerhardt, back to Rigby, and now Gerhardt dribbles down toward the corner, and an acting job in the baseline area by Johnstown. No foul called, but Johnstown comes up with the basketball. They start back the other way, and the whistle blows. It goes out of bounds off of Johnstown. Out of the game, Darian Perkins for the Trojans. And out there for Johnstown right now Tavis Price, Elijah Fields, Keon Goss, Messiah Tinsley, and Jamal Goss. For the Bearcats, it's Jonathan Price out of the corner. Deep from the left wing three, will not go, and the rebound is pulled in by Tavis Price. Hands the ball to Messiah Tinsley, and then Nick Rigby with some pressure there. The ball goes out of bounds to Johnstown. Into the game for the Bearcats, Owen Lane, and also in Jackson Ritchie. Minute 59 left to go. Bearcats trailing by 18. Johnstown 59, Huntingdon 41. Johnstown getting the ball up the floor in a hurry, and folks get a bit of a chuckle as Messiah Tinsley makes a great pass to his head coach, Rich Price, standing on the sideline. Into the game for the Bearcats, it's Nick Gerhardt. And some offensive, defensive substitutions here for the Bearcats as we head down. They need all the offense they can get with a minute 45 left to go. And Johnstown with an 18-point lead. Nick Gerhardt with the basketball gets hacked at by Elijah Fields. Fields picking up his second, and Johnstown's fourth now in the second half. Will Selesky to inbound in front of me and kicks it in to Nick Gerhardt. Gerhardt dribbles left side, hands it to Jonathan Price. Price down the left side of the key, puts a little runner up, it won't go, and the rebound's pulled in by Elijah Fields of Johnstown. Tavis Price with the basketball, a reach in by Nick Rigby, and the foul called. That'll be Rigby's second. Team ninth, so just a one-on-one to this point. Into the game, Jackson Ritchie again for the Bearcats, and coming out is Will Selesky. At the line, Tavis Price. And with a one-on-one, another substitution allowed in. Darian Perkins for the Trojans. Messiah Tinsley comes out. And now Tavis Price will finally make his foul shot attempt. First one rims out. It's tipped up and brought down by Jonathan Price of the Bearcats. Price over on the left wing behind the back dribble and a nice move, but no shot available to him. Matt Sellers drives all the way to the hole, lays it up and in. And a quick timeout is called by Nick Payne. It's a 16-point Johnstown lead, 59-43 with a minute 17 left to go. And it's a 30-second timeout. Try to get Greg on here at the end as we'll be wrapping up the winter sports season as far as basketball goes with the Huntingdon Bearcats. Spring sports coming up. And I think we have some coverage planned for you when it comes to wrestling as well. Right. So we'll talk to Greg when we wrap things up here at the end of the game. 59-43. And don't mean to be a wet blanket, but I don't think the Bearcats are going to come up with 16 with a minute 17 left to go.
Might be tough now, buddy.
Yeah, I think so, Greg. Inbounding the ball will be the Trojans of Johnstown. Messiah Tinsley. Inbounds to Jamal Goss, and he's fouled immediately by Jackson Ritchie. Nope, they end up calling that on Matt Sellers. So Matt picks up his third. Team 10th, so it's going to be 2 the rest of the way out. Jamal Goss is at the line for the Trojans. And he makes the first one. Bunch of substitutions into the game. Tavis Price gets to exit. 21 points on the night for Tavis Price. 19 of those came in the first half. Next shot is up, won't go for Goss. It's 60-43 in favor of Johnstown. Here come the Bearcats. Jonathan Price dribbles. Right wing deep three won't go. Rebound is pulled in by Jonathan Price. Wide open on the right side is Matt Sellers. He tries a three and won't go. Rebound, though, to the Bearcats. Shot put up by Nick Gerhardt won't go. And then Johnstown's Jarrell Simon comes up with the basketball and is fouled. And the foul called on Matt Sellers. He picks up his fourth. 2 shots for Jarrell Simon. And here come the underclassmen of Nick Payne's Huntingdon Bearcats. 57.2 left to go in the game. Jarrell Simon misses the first one, and here they come, including number 5, Andrew Watson, number 15, Philip Keller, number 21, Andrew Miller, and number 34, Casey Connor. Also, the underclassmen come into the game for the Johnstown Trojans. And those include Dejon Malcolm Britt, Dakari Tysinger, also into the game. That shot is up and in for Jarrell Simon. And it makes it 61-43 in favor of Johnstown. The 18-point lead, that is, with 50 seconds left to go in the game. Driving to the hole, trying the layup is Jackson Ritchie. It won't go, but he does draw a foul. And that's on Dakari Tysinger. Tysinger picking up his first. Team 5th. Fouled in the act of shooting, so Ritchie gets 2 from the line. Misses the first one off the front of the rim. Score remains 61-43 Johnstown. Jackson Ritchie will try another. And he misses that one. Rebound, though, is pulled down by Philip Keller of the Bearcats. And he goes to the hole, tries a shot, it won't go, and it eventually bounces out of bounds off of Jackson Ritchie. Off of the missed layup. Johnstown with the basketball quickly up the floor. Thomas Hancock in the game. Here's a three-point attempt from the right corner by Dakari Tysinger. Doesn't go. And actually, that was Markel Netil with the basketball. Thomas Hancock. Hancock does get it to Dakari Tysinger. Tysinger, as they tic-tac-toe it, eventually down to Roderick Rosie. Nope, make that Levi Boggio. Three-point attempt for Andrew Watson of the Bearcats goes, makes it 63-46. 2 seconds left to go and 1. And that is the end of the Bearcats season. Try to get Greg here, as this will be our last time on the air for a while. So,
all right, buddy.
If you want to cut the theme and we just talk a little bit about wrapping up the season. Want to thank everybody for listening.
Oh yes.
Don't forget we have the addition of 94.1.
Right.
As a way for folks to go ahead and catch Bearcat sports, and then of course you're going to have your new talk show coming up here.
That's right, Dave. We'll start our new talk show, sort of the pilot program, coming up on Monday, this coming Monday, as we approach the end of February. Greg Banks, of course, we're going to be, a lot of folks are saying, well, what's that title of that show all about? And it doesn't matter. It's all about positive reaction here in Huntingdon, PA. But Dave, first of all, final score again, Johnstown, what, and Huntingdon?
Johnstown 63, Huntingdon 46.
46. I want to thank you, Dave Shannon, most importantly, because you follow the Huntingdon Bearcats. And this is historic because, really, this is the first time Winter Sports has been on the air somewhere in Huntingdon. Consistently, you carried, of course, not only the covered the boys, but you also covered the girls. Fantastic job. Very professional. Got a lot of great comments from you and from those people. And I just want to say thank you very much, man, for helping us out. at the Air Network. You've been here from the beginning about 6 years ago, and I hope we continue through the spring with baseball, softball, and even boys volleyball. Thank you very much, Dave Shannon.
I appreciate the opportunity, Greg. It's been great to be out here with these young athletes and watch them give it their all. And even here at the end, you had the big substitution deal that you get at the end of a game like this.
Right.
And you saw the kids coming in off the bench, and Nick Payne's kids came in and really gave it their all there at the end of the game, and end up getting a 3-point shot to fall, and things that build for the future for the Huntingdon Bearcats, because we have a couple of seniors with Andrew Watson, who made that three, and Matt Sellers, your two seniors, but the rest of those young men, all underclassmen, they're going to be back next year, and hopefully that's going to be, spell a lot of good things for the Bearcats, the Lady Cats too, I think.
Yeah.
Certainly working toward a much better future here in Huntingdon as well. And it's great to see the young kids that are taking an interest in the program. And in both cases, both the boys side and the girls side, with junior varsity and junior high basketball in Huntingdon, things are looking good.
No doubt. Good. Yeah, the future looks bright for the girls and also the boys, and we thank you for being a part of it, Dave Shannon. We will continue to bring them, hopefully, Bearcat sports in the spring with baseball, softball, and also volleyball. We'll have more information on our website at theairnetwork.net. Heard a lot of great things about you, Dave, during the basketball season, so just wanted to thank you and take a minute. Also, wanted to take a minute and also send out love and thoughts to Miss Martha Smith, who is a grandmother of the Goss brothers from Johnstown. She's been suffering from cancer, and they had a great fundraiser for her about 3 weeks ago. I know Miss Martha. I've known her for probably 30 years, so we wish her well. We'll keep her in prayers, and we hope that Johnstown does well in the District 6 Quad A finals coming forward, of course, on Saturday at Mount Aloysius College. Sorry, we couldn't be there.
Tavis Price comes out and has the same kind of game he had here in the first half against the Bearcats, wow, that was a very impressive stretch for him. He made 4 3-pointers in the first half and kind of set the tone and got things off and rolling. And, of course, it was tough for the Bearcats to get anything mounted against them in the second half as well. All credit goes to Johnstown. They're a somewhat big team. Coach Nick Payne had mentioned that in the pregame show about the size of Johnstown, and it played itself out here in the end of the game in a 63-46 Johnstown Trojans win. Nice to see some of the folks from Johnstown, which Greg had talked at halftime about the amount of time that we had game of the week and what have you with Atlantic Broadband Cable, and get to see some of the folks from Johnstown, including Tony Penna.
Tony Penna, TP is there tonight. I appreciate that, Dave. And, you know him well, having done those football games for Johnstown High, of course, on the Air Network, or actually on the Game of the Week for Atlantic Broadband for many years. So, hey, I wish them best of luck, the Trojans, as they move forward. But, hey, thank you to Coach Nick Payne, also Patrick Cassidy, I think it was his name, Cassidy, the girls' coach. And we thank them. But listen, Dave, we've got
He's
guys.
He's so popular. By the way, Patrick Cassidy's so popular, they named the street after him.
They did. That's right, Cassidy Avenue, Huntingdon. But listen, we want to wish the best of luck to all the wrestlers going to the Southwest Regionals from Huntingdon last year. We ended up with state champions, and we hope the same continues for Coach John Mikett and the Huntingdon Bearcats as they head into the Southwest Regionals over the weekend. Go
Sounds
Cats.
Good, Greg.
All right, thank you, Dave. Wrap it up.
All right, we will catch you again next time here on the airnetwork.net. Once again, the final score, Johnstown 63, Huntingdon 46. For Greg Banks and everybody at the airnetwork.net, I'm Dave Shannon saying good night, everybody.
Thank you for listening to Huntingdon Bearcat Basketball on the airnetwork.net. Tonight's game was presented by Huntingdon Moose Family Center 223, the heart of the community, and by Penn Highlands Community College, an affordable education close to home. The game was also brought to you by All American Pizza and Subs, Brenneman's Meat Markets, Simone Chiropractic and Weight Loss, and Mel's Concrete LLC. Join Dave Shannon again next time for more exciting Bearcat basketball here on the Air Network.